So we're working on the timing cover today for the coolant leak coming from between the timing cover and the block. The gasket is spat out. So let's just do a little preview here of how everything looks. So we'll get everything back to where it belongs. And here's over the fender. Yeah, AC alternator. Looks like we don't have to touch that. That's good. Just the belts. Also have to make sure the timing or the distributor's loose. It got painted in place. I know it all looks good, but it was painted in the vehicle. Did a nice job. Engine's never been out before. I should say never, but not on our watch, anyways. We're not done here. So it's all pretty virgin. Okay. Let's see if we can do this without leaving any tool marks. Well, that'd be a neat trick. Power shelf belt doesn't want to go through there nicely, so make sure you have that on before you take this. I'll put this back on. It has a point system, which is fine, but needs more maintenance than your electronic. Be a good idea to. It'd be a good idea to replace that with a Petromax electronic pickup system. Have it set at 15 degrees before number 1. And why I have it there instead of right at top to center is because you kind of want that in the middle of your range. So you'll never run this thing at 0 degrees. You're not supposed to anyways. So having this at 15 and let's say you're all in at 32 and you have like a 15 to 20 degree swing on your timing advance. By saying that between 15 and 20, it'll give you the option, not the option, but this will give you the spark jumping off in the midpoint here as opposed to one of the two ends. How often have you put step this thing at 0 and then you find out you have to clock this so far? Set it close to where your midpoint is on your suspected timing range, and then you don't have to adjust this as much. Got that out. Now we're clear where the sea is leaking here. Got a little bit of embarrassing witness coming from there, but not actually making a puddle down here. It's actually puking out this side over here mostly. I got pulled off to work on something else, so just a follow-up. Make sure I actually have a video of where I left off. I'm pretty sure I already have this, but whatever, carrying on. Next, we're going doing the pulley and the harmonic balancer, and then I'm doing the rest of the bolts and pulling this all apart. Don't want to pull off the water pump first because I don't want to get dripped on while I'm doing this. Yeah. Now that we got that out of the way, we can obviously see that this thing does have a leak from the water pump as well. So I've got the other ones cracked loose. Well, at least all the 1/2 inch ones that go right through into the block. This one here is threatening to break. We don't want to do that. Gonna try heating this sucker up over and over again. Try to work that heat down into the housing. Just do it for a moment. Relax. Don't overwork the machine. Kind of like the instructions on a microwave, where it says remove and let it sit for 2 minutes before eating. It just dissipate that heat. Same idea. You want to dissipate the heat down the shaft towards the block. So give it a chance to work down there. That's a very long bolt. I'm going to do this multiple times. So we don't want to drill out the block, but can avoid it. Don't touch that. Can't see a flame, but it is hot. Maybe I'm gonna buy one of these. Buy one with a higher wattage. Work way better. Down someplace safe. Can't fall down if it's already on the floor. Does it feel? Yeah, not even close. Put a little shock value on it. Just try and loosen up the cutting here. I'm gonna put you down because I need 2 hands.
Very quiet.
I don't want to get a full bore, or else I'm going to break it.
Oh.
So I'm just trying to shake the crap that's all jammed up inside. Yep. So heat and then vibrations and tapping and more vibrations and trying to work it out just so I don't have to try to work out a broken.
Inward a couple of times, I'm sure.
Sorry? Yeah.
Smack it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back and need 2 hands for this, but you get the idea. You can see I should have some movement now, but it's still not. So I'm just twisting the bolt here and just swinging back, stuck up there. Yay. I know I'm moving around here. Anyway, so it's stuck up in here. The bolt has a twist. It slides up in here. Right about there. No center punch. And seal this up again later. I'm not too worried about that. I don't really want to go to the bolt because I don't want to make it a weak spot. But I'll blow that out and then put penetrating fluid right into that spot. And hopefully I can soak it enough to get all freed up. Okay. So you can see into the hole now. Where is it? There it is. You can see the crustiness I was dealing with here. Get right into the hole. Look at that. Okay. So this is where I'm at. I drilled this out. I put a bunch of lube in there, sprayed into it with air pressure, trying to work it in, work this back and forth. This thing only does like a total quarter turn back and forth. I don't want to snap the bolt. I can actually feel it flexing. So my next thought here is I'm actually going to drill further through this for the bolt that's inside, right? And I'm going to try and make a weak point there. Try and make a weak point there, so if it breaks anywhere, it's going to break there, as opposed to flush. I don't want to break off flush because then I don't have anything to work with. So I'm hoping that I'll breaks here, and then I can use torches on the block. I got some tools I'll be able to grab onto that much material. So, yeah, carrying on. Wish me luck. Who had any doubt? Did you have doubt?
I didn't doubt.
Anyways, I got it out. The whole thing worked. Which one is it here? So see it's a little wet around there. Gone down to the end. It's starting to dry up now. The rusty, crusty bolts. Take the pump off. Fuel pump anyways. These two bolts here. So the bottom pan bolts. Around here. Probably can't hear me over that diesel. There's a pretty one. So, got the cover off. Yay! Excellent. That was a bear. Super glue. Anyways, but this timing chain. We were hoping that it'd be okay. That was a tall order. This thing is just horrendous. You see that? You can almost pick it up off a tooth up here. Yeah, you see I'm almost like able to make it jump a tooth there. So that's got to get changed. It's saggy off the bottom. Let's do this. It's like a saggy paper. So they're going to price one out. Let's see if I can get one here quickly. That'll be both gears in the chain. Looking pretty good. Right? Don't see any obvious gasket. This now turns out has some moisture, a little bit of brake clean. Again. See? Dark there. Dark there, that's where the gasket is. Gasket gets all wet, pops up. So there's where it still needs more scrubbing. So the other thing we've got to do here, now that this is all nice and clean, let's go around with the thread chaser. Just chase all the threads. If you don't have a thread chaser, you can take a normal bolt and just slot it so that you put a couple grooves in it just so that the dirt has a place to go. Just want to make sure that goes in. I blew out all the holes first with some air pressure, but stuff like that will affect your torque. So yeah, go around, do them all, make sure they're all nice and clean. Now unfortunately, we cannot get the gasket that goes in here anymore. We can get all the other gaskets and stuff, but not that one. So I gotta be very careful when I'm cleaning that I don't drop anything down these passages, because if we don't want to mess up this the oil pump drive, nor do we want to mess up anything else here. That's the oil pump drive. What the heck? Yeah, that's the oil pump drive and the oil filter and stuff like that. Just don't want anything to go in there and jam up those gears. That'd be a bad day. So yeah. Worst comes to worst, I might actually have to make a gasket out of gasket making material. I'll see what I can do here. So we're going to want to mark those so they're the match. Don't pull them out yet. So they're going the same way. And there's that valve, the pressure regulator. Make sure that that's all nice and free when we're done. The markings, they're back together the same way. And here's the other side, because I didn't record it before. Let's get an idea of where the gasket goes. Then you have to make a gasket. And side note, good news, I don't actually need to make a gasket. It is included in the kit. I just didn't see it in the kit. It's got to be in there somewhere because it lists it. But it must be in that package. Here, you got a focus, a rope seal. This is the original. It was not leaking. It was amazing. I mean, that's all we have. It's just here's the scoop on the outside. Don't really want to put another rope seal in because the knurl that's supposed to seat the rope seal, this is where it rides. I don't have any knurl left here. So if I go and put a new rope seal on this, it's not going to burnish properly. So some of the fixes for this is you put a speedy sleeve over top of this and change that seal out to a different style seal. I've asked our parts department to see if they can find one, and I've been informed that we cannot get that set up. So I'm going to have to try to reuse this because putting a new one in is not an option. I'll probably open up a can of worms and creating a leak as a result. So yeah.
shot. This is corrosion. Right. That was all caked. Good idea. Keep going until it's all clean. What is going on here? As I clean the dirt off of this thing. Do you see what I see? How come that just doesn't seem right to me? I need a fuel pump too. I gotta figure this out. Wait for that to be done bleeding. Looks like there's an actual hole there that is coming out of. But I didn't start leaking until after I got all the dirt off of it. There's so much oil. So it looks here. Come on, focus. Focus. Let's do it this way. There's a slug there, no slug there. Looks like some slugs have. Maybe look at this side. Those are all sealed up. All still in place. I guess over the years, the assembly slugs have fallen out. There's a fuel pump.